Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Wolves Premier League preview. Joining me is my good friend and someone who's absolutely ecstatic, Adam McKola. How are we doing, Macca?
Just got my shirt off the bonfire, mate. You know, just sent the pig's head order back to the butchers for November. And feeling quite good, man.
It's not sunk in, right? Do you know what I mean? It still feels like a dream because, bro, I was so gutted when I thought he was going to sit, and I was trying to put on a brave face and not put too much on socials. And we did a video, and I was like, if he goes, he goes, and all this. But deep down, I was like, if I see him in a City shirt, it's going to be sickening. And yeah, Ronaldo coming home, he is. We've already done. Go on.
Has anyone told him he's going to be playing in DM? Has anyone actually told him? That's what I want to know, because he's coming here thinking I'm going to be scoring all the goals. Mate, Tony Marshall scoring all the goals. You're sitting in number 6 position.
What worries me about that is I don't even know if you're joking. We'll get into that. It's funny because every day we just did a video with like Abdullah and Ronnie was getting all emotional. It's proper emotional. Everyone's buzzing, and it's what it should be about, man. Because you know what I mean. Sometimes football can proper kick you, but it's been a good day so far today. Anyway, we'll get into a little bit. In fact, we'll get straight into it. Like, with the news that Ronnie's arriving. Sorry, obviously he's not going to play against Wolves. I certainly don't expect him to. But what do you think that does for just the fans going down mauling you, the team itself, knowing that you've got someone who's, one of the greatest of all time coming back into the squad?
I just hope anybody that's at the game, watches the game, or whatever, is prepared to have Viva Ronaldo stuck in their head for the whole weekend. And if anything like what I've just been sitting here buzzing off the tune, playing videos on YouTube, looking through my old archive at pictures and footage. Like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. What was weird, Jay, about this whole thing was I actually thought him going to City would kind of galvanize the fans in another way, like a completely opposite, angry, nasty way, where we get behind the team and fuck City, fuck everyone, where, let's go, lads. And this is a complete flip to that. It's like joy. Everyone knows the songs. People bouncing about. Obviously, if the results don't come, that won't last very long, and reality will set in, and it'll be like, oh bloody hell, what have we done here if it goes wrong? But remember when me and you did a video for my channel the other day, and I know this is the Wolves preview, so I apologize, but I said you were like saying like, he's left, and I'm there like I had a little bit of hope left at that point, and I was like, I can't see that happen because I love this guy. Like, I seen him from from the moment he arrived in 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, become the best player in the world, help us achieve all those things. And I couldn't bear the thought of it. The only thing worse for me would be to move to Liverpool. And it was just like, I can't bear the thought of that. And I just wanted that move to fall through. I didn't expect United to really entertain it. So for the fact that move's fallen through and we've signed him, I think all those emotions are going to come out and it's going to be quite good, but we have to get the results to maintain it. Let's talk about the team at Wolves. Maybe it won't happen this early, but when Ronaldo's in the mix with them squads, shoulders are going to go back, chests are going to go out. People are going to be lifted by his arrival for sure within that squad.
Do you know what? I'm glad you pointed out, because I was proper deflated. I'd given up. I'd said he's going to City. I think I'm just getting jaded in my old age, Macca, and I was like, do you know what? This is the way it's going. God hates me. He's got a City. Just deal with it. Mentally prepare yourself. Part of it was just getting into that frame of mind where I'm like, it's going to happen. Just deal with it. So it just feels so good, the fact that he hasn't. Not only, as you said, if he hadn't gone to City, I'd have been buzzing, but the fact he's come to Manchester United, it's just too much to take. It's too much to take, man. I don't even know what else to say. I've said so much on it. I just cannot wait to see him in our shirt. Go on, bro.
This means now,
yeah,
he's back in Manchester.
I know what you're thinking. Are
you know what I'm thinking?
Me and you in your car outside his house.
Talking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Me and you pissing in bottles because we're not leaving.
Stalking
Cristiano.
I'm well techniqued in pissing in bottles, so I'm good on a stakeout.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Once, right, I was on my old radio job, and this was like about 5 years ago or whatever, and he said to me, we've had reports that Cristiano Ronaldo is in Piccolino's in Old the Edge or somewhere, right? Like, people have said he's there, right? And I was just about to, like, I was at a story in, I think I was up in Bolton or wherever, so it was a bit of a mooch. So I was like, right, okay, I'll go down there and see, if there's anything going, because there was like, oh, is he going to come back? And I was thinking, hang on a minute. And it was like the World Club Cup game that day. And then one of the editors at the newsroom went, hang on a minute. Nah, he's not. He's playing live on the telly at a minute. I was like,
did you realise?
I was like,
Tokyo or wherever.
Yeah, I was like, hang on a minute. And then they were like, oh yeah, he's on the telly. Yeah, we don't expect Ronaldo. We don't, he's not an official Manchester United player just yet. But two players that are Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho. Without going into your full 11, we'll get to that in a minute. Do you expect both of these to start? Do these have to start now? Do we have to go strong in these teams for these games?
Yes, of course. Obviously, Oli in his press conference, or it might have been before his press conference, was speaking about Sancho and he's saying, I can't start him when he was ill or unfit or whatever it was. So, obviously, some players have been building up fitness. They've not been available for various reasons. But look, we've had Pogba and Bruno that are playing well, ticking over nicely at the moment. Mason Greenwood's look good. You've got Cavani back in training at the minute, although how long is that going to last? What's going on with Uruguay and everything? So you look around and you think a lot of the players are getting back fit. I would go as strong as possible. I want to see Rafael Varane back in the mix, alongside Harry Maguire. And I'd go as strong as possible in this game. It's a good Wolves side as well, so you don't want to be going there expecting to turn them over and maybe resting one or two.
No, definitely. Bit of a weird venue for us, isn't it, Molineux? It's a bit of a weird team, Wolves. We've had some disappointing, some drab results against them, some boring
games. First time
games.
in a while, we're going there without Nuno in it, so they're good record under Nuno.
That's true.
So it'd be interesting to see how they get on now under this new fella.
It's like you says, well, we want Ronnie when he does come into the team eventually. Like, we want to be doing well. And I think, 7 points out of our first 3 games against Leeds, Southampton and Wolves is decent. Anything less than that is very disappointing. So I feel with you. I agree with you that we do have to go, go strong for this one. Go big or go home, as you say. With that in mind, what's your starting 11? Give us the team that you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will pick for the trip to the Midlands.
I think we'll see David De Gea in goal. I think we'll see Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's got to be better than he was at Southampton. I thought a lot of moves kind of died with him, which I know is often labelled at him, but it was like evident that day. Varane and Maguire. I was about to say McTominay is not available, is he?
No, he isn't.
We're probably going to see Fred then.
Yeah.
So if there's no McTominay, who do you even play?
Do you know what? The forgotten man. Do you know what? I literally forgot about it when I was doing my team.
It's not my start, is it? So is this where we go Fred Pogba? I think it might be a 4-2-3-1 with Fred and Pogba. Then you're looking... For some reason, I think Ollie's giving Marshall a chance to I think he's giving him an opportunity, almost like last chance saloon. So I think he'll probably start on the left. I don't think we'll make the mistake of taking Greenwood out from the middle again. Greenwood through the middle. On the right, Sancho. And Bruno Pogba, obviously, I said them. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see Greenwood, Cavani and Daniel James, or Sancho, Greenwood and Daniel James as well.
Do you know what, right? I've lost the plot when I was doing my team.
Because
you got McTominay and Ronaldo.
No, yeah. I've got Vidic and Rio in defence. I've got exactly the same team as you, but I've meant to put Jadon Sancho on the right, but I've put Daniel James in, so I need to change that because I don't think Daniel James is going to start this game at all.
James might start, so I just think, and this isn't me being Marshall FC going, Marshall starts. I don't think Marshall starts on form, but I do think Ollie's giving him the opportunity. I think he's giving him chances to and I think Ollie wants him to score. Do you get me? So I think it's I think you've given him an opportunity.
I've done it the same as you, mate. I put him on the left, and I've got Bruno in the 10. I've done exactly the same as you. I've got Pogba and Fred. I think Donny's a bit of a forgotten man. Maybe Donny will come in, but I've gone with Pogba and Fred. Then I've got Martial on the left, Bruno in the 10. I've gone with, I meant to put Jadon Sancho, so Jadon Sancho on the right and Mason up front for all the reasons you've said. Basically, I don't think.
The thing is though,
go on.
Probably gonna have Traore on. So does he start Daniel James to counteract that going the other way?
He could do. Daniel James played against Wolves, a couple of times, and Traore is a handful, and sometimes he's caused us problems. He's one of them, though, Traore. Part of me feels like he is a handful, and he's exciting, explosive, but is he a little bit overrated, Traore?
I think he is.
In terms of his effectiveness, he doesn't do a lot. You do, like he's one of the.
He's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, 100%.
I do think he's.
He's like his numbers aren't great.
Scoring. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and I know numbers aren't everything, but they are a big part of the game when you're an attacker is assisting and scoring goals, and he don't do that very often at all.
He's been linked to Spurs as well, so maybe he doesn't play in this game.
That'd be an interesting one. Obviously, Nuno knows him, so yeah, possibly that could make a little bit of sense. It's weird because I might contradict myself a little bit here, but I don't think he's that effective. I do think he's a little bit overrated, but I would be happy if he didn't start against us. Yeah. So it's like, because he's just one of them, he's always like, you don't know what he's going to do, and I don't like that sort of unpredictability about him. When we're looking at Wolves, you mentioned that they have got a good team. It does feel a little bit like, not the wheels have come off, but they're not perhaps as sort of buoyant as they were a couple of seasons ago. They've lost the manager. They've lost a couple of players. The other players have been linked with a move. You mentioned Traore's been linked. Ruben Neves has obviously been linked with a move. Jimenez has come back from his injury. But it doesn't feel like Wolves are quite the same team as they were a couple of seasons ago. But still a dangerous team. Do you expect them to cause us some problems?
Well, they lost a few players, didn't they? They lost the fella that went to Spurs.
Was that a couple of seasons ago? Was it Højbjerg?
Yeah, Doherty.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not Højbjerg. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
They lost your man, Diogo Jota, that went to Liverpool.
Yep.
And I think Johnny and what's his name? Neto. Is his name Neto? Pedro Neto.
Yeah.
Them two players aren't available for them at the moment. So I think those guys are obviously misses for them. The change of manager, the change of how they play, and everything's going to obviously have an effect. They play like a 3-4-3 at the moment. Obviously, Neves, Moutinho, the names that jump out on the team sheet, aren't they? And if you can get control of them, you probably get control of Wolves. But they have got players that you have to keep an eye out for, and that could cause us problems on their day. Like I say, Trincao, Traore, Semedo running from deep.
He's decent.
He's often given a lot of space because of where he's running into on the edge of the box. So you got to kind of watch out for him as well. But it'll be interesting. Lockdown the midfield though will be all right.
No, I agree, and I do feel like Wolves that they're all right. They're a decent team. They've got some decent players, but I think some of their players, like the likes of Connor Cody, for example, he's a good, solid defender, but he's a decent defender. But he's a little bit overrated. And I think you can cause them problems if you get at him with the players we've got. If Jadon Sancho or Tony Martial's on the top of his game, or Bruno, or whatever, we should be able to unlock this defense. And like you say, there's the midfield could be a bit of an issue, but with the midfielders we've got, even missing McTominay, I don't want to get overconfident because I felt like I was a little bit overconfident against Southampton, but I can't help but feel like we should be beating a team like Wolves. If I had to push you for a prediction, what are you going to give us for this one?
Tight 2-1 United win.
Hey.
The crowd's going to be bouncing in it.
Crowd's going to be.
But you know what? Yeah,
crazy.
Typical. Remember when we signed Van Persie? We lost the first game of the season.
Was that Everton? Was it Everton?
Yeah,
that one? Yeah. I remember that.
It's like it wouldn't surprise me if that kind of thing happened as well, which is horrible.
It is horrible, and I think it'd be bad, but I think people would still be sort of like not okay with it because you're never okay with losing or whatever. But you still be like, there'd still be that element of people buzzing because Ronaldo's coming. I just can't wait.
The thing. Yeah. I know it sounds dramatic at this stage of the season. I'm not saying put the Ollie out if we lose, but we do need to pick up the points, and we dropped 2 points against Southampton, and coming into this one we have to win it, man.
We have to make the most of it because, like you say, we dropped two silly points against Southampton. I know they were a decent side on the day, but we should be beating Southampton, especially after the start we had with that emphatic win over Leeds, especially with the signings we've made, and especially if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays them as well, because obviously Rafael Varane didn't feature last time and Jadon Sancho had a bit of a cameo. So you've gone 2-1. Who did you say were the scorers, did you say? Did I miss that?
Ronaldo and Darren Gibson again.
Maka, people know where to find Adam McKola. I shouldn't even let you advertise that, but I'll take you to kick off this weekend, so you're not doing our fan cams. But
yeah, also subscribe to Paddock.
Yeah, subscribe to Stretford Paddock. We'll have Abdullah down at Molineux stepping in for Adam McKola. There is no substitute, but we'll try our best. Abijay Motti, this has been the Wolves preview.
So
I didn't want to say it, but you said it for me, so that's all right. Thanks for watching.